So today in this video, I'm going to talk about certain food combination which are incompatible with each other, and you are probably eating those, and because of which you are getting breakout instantly after your meals. In this video, I'm going to deep dive on those incompatible food combinations which is giving you acne, and after watching this video, you will be able to know why instantly after a meal you are getting acne right on your face. So let's dive directly into the main topic. So the first food combination is fruits. Generally, people suggest you to eat fruits if you are dealing with acne, which is kind of good and beneficial for your health. But here comes a guideline to be followed. Fruits are good for your health, but they must be eaten in a specific manner to get those benefits. Instead, if you eat them in a wrong time with a wrong food combination, they will itself become a problem of your acne. So what I mean? So fruits, according to the Ayurvedic, they are so called lighter to digest, except there are certain fruits which are harder to digest, which I will not be talking about in this video. It will probably be long. If you want, I can talk about that in my future videos. For example, banana. They are certain exception fruits which are, even though they are fruits, but they are harder to digest. If you are having acne, then I will definitely assure you that you should stay away from banana at least until your digestion is capable enough to digest it. So, where was I? Yeah. So, the fruits are so called lighter to digest. They should not be mixed with meals. I I suspect that the meals are something which will be consisting of grains, legumes, pulses, or any other hard to digest food ingredients. So, anything that is harder to digest will be taking your body's energy and time towards that. But if you altered it with certain light fruits, it will be causing those fruits to ferment either on top of it or either below it. If you consume fruit before your heaviest meal, then probably just because you have consumed the fruits, your heaviest meal will not be digested. Second, if you take fruits after your meals, then as you have eaten a very heavy meal or as you have eaten a meal, those meal will be taking more time to digest than the fruits itself. So it will be causing the fruit to ferment and causing you gas, bloating, and further in the future decrease in the digestion power. So you should absolutely avoid mixing of fruits with your meals. Have a gap of minimum of 2 to 3 hours. I advise you to have minimum of 3 hours of gap in between a meal and fruits, and never eat fruits after evening. Never. Or you will be facing problems such as excess of water retention in your body, as they are high, as they consist of high level of water. They must not be eaten after sunset because excess fluid retention will be occurred in your body, and there are chances that you will be feeling bloated. This is the first insight that I want you to take down. The second thing that I want you to listen is milk. Generally in acne, milk is prohibited, as generally anyone with acne is indicated that he or she is a lactose intolerant and will not be able to tolerate milk protein. Here comes a catch that there are two types of milk. One is from A1 and one is from A2. This A1 milks are those type of are produced by those type of cows which were hormonally injected in order to mass produce the quantity of milk. So this hormonally injected milk is very much harder for our body to digest due to those certain chemical compositions. Whereas A2 milk is easier to digest as it is naturally out of a cow which is not hormonally injected. So if you want, you can take A2 milk and you don't need to have a constant fear of lactose intolerant. You are not lactose intolerant. If your digestion fire is absolutely low, even the A2 milk will be seeming problematic for your acne. If you want to digest A2 milk, just tell me. In the future video, I will be making a new video on the topic of how to digest milk, because I have been able to digest milk. A guy from suffering half a decade of acne was able to tolerate again milk without any problem. And how I did it, I will be able to share you in my upcoming videos. So if you are drinking milk, then probably do not and never mix your milk with meals or with salt and even with fruits. These are the three combinations that you should be strictly prohibited if you want to drink milk. Milk is something different and a sensitive by itself. You must not be mixing it with these three ingredients, or you must not be mixing anything with milk. Just take milk as its own. As in Ayurvedic science, it is recommended that milk is itself a meal itself. So you must not be trying to do experimenting with milk if you want to get rid of your acne. Milk is also more tougher to digest than your meals itself, because milk is wholly liquid. Anything which is more of a liquid type will not be able to have the saliva secretion well, and which means that it will be taking more time to digest milk in compared to any meal of solid food. If your digestion power is low, then so never mix with these three, or you may be facing problems such as acne, rosacea, psoriasis, vitiligo, etc. problems if you mix milk with either salt, that is very much harmful, either fruits. Most of the fruits are incompatible with milk, and either grains, because once grains can be mixed with milk, but it becomes harder to digest. So I probably expect that your digestion is lower, and thus you are having a high level of toxins in your body. So you probably will not be able to digest grains with milk combination. So thus I'm suggesting you to avoid that too. If you want to drink milk, have a gap of 3 to 4 hours between your meal, and if you can digest it, then only consume it, because milk come with certain restrictions that you must follow. If not, then you will be facing problems whenever you drink milk. The third thing that I want you to know is that do not ever mix multiple grains together. There is a certain habit of people mixing two types of grains together in order to gain a varied benefits from the grain itself. Mixing of wheat with other millets or with rice. As someone who has been suffered with acne, I personally able to give you that valuable insight is that if you mix two grains in a single meal, it takes a very much energy and effort for your body to digest it. Mixing of two grains at a time is very much tougher for the body to digest it, and if not digested properly, it will be itself creating toxins, because Modern science don't focuses on this as it do not have the backbone for this concept in a different aspect as compared to Ayurvedic. So in Ayurvedic, it is said that every grain has its own digestion time. And so if you mix two grains at a time in a single meal, there's a high chances that one grain will be digested fast while other grain will be fermented. And if the other grain is fermented, then of course there is a high chances that your whatever meal you are eating is not properly getting digested. So try not to mix two grains at a time. You can separately eat it in different timing throughout the day, but don't mix grains together in a single meal while eating. If you want to include a fruit in your diet, which can complement with other things of whatever things that I have told you, except milk, do not mix with milk. Milk is a different combination, sensitive, so don't mix it. But there is one fruit that can be mixed with, either it is grain, either it is fruits, either you can mix it also with the meat itself. That is Indian gooseberry. This is one of the solely exceptional fruit that can be mixed with your meal itself, and it's it it is somewhat which also helps the meal to get better digested. So if someone is facing problems such as acne, I will highly recommend you to take Indian gooseberry in your diet, at least one, and on the accordance of your body, measure the amount that is easily digested by you. Indian gooseberry is very much beneficial. It contains very much antioxidants, but literally if I do talk in simple terms, it has the property of detoxifying. It clearly has the according to the Ayurvedic science, it has the nature of flowing of fluidity, which brings all of the toxins towards your stomach, and with the natural excretion, the stomach can push out those toxins out of your body. So it has that quality. So if you eat it, it will further increase the digestion fire, as well as it will be helping you to detox your skin and have a brighter look and a clear skin. Till today, this much. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got a valuable insight from this video. I hope that you will be able to solve your problem of your acne after watching my content. Till my next video, goodbye. I will tell you not to give up because I've been in your zone. I know especially what it feels. So you don't need to give up. Just stay and commit yourself and promise yourself to just one thing, that you will be never giving up and you will be solving it from the root. And I'm here to help you and solve it from your own root.